Tell me a story.
Okay. Again, I'm just kind of trying to go with the things that pop into my head.
No, it's perfect.
So last fall? No. I guess it was technically still winter, kind of spring. Four of my friends and I went over to Ireland, and we flew over there, and for the first time in 40 years, they had like a giant snowstorm. So basically we end up in Ireland stranded. They didn't send our luggage over, and the whole country shut down. And it was the worst and best like 4 days of my life. So we had no stuff. The clothes on our back. I had a coat, but not everybody did. And not everyone had like snowshoes. Like Sean was wearing like Vans, and it was like snow. And it was just like, it was so frustrating and irritating because we had to go buy clothes. But it was also like that is when we got back and looking at it now, like, you know, some of us were like, that was amazing, that was so funny. But like looking back at it, that's like the funniest thing that's ever happened to me. Like we had no stuff. We were stuck like in the middle of nowhere. We ended up driving through Dublin or through Ireland in a foot of snow. They had no, like, they do not have tools for snow removal because they don't get it. And so we drove like sometimes like through literally a foot of snow to get to Dublin, and there was nothing open there either except for this one Indian restaurant, and it was the best food. I swear to God, I don't know if it was because we were so cold. It was so good, right? And it was just this like huge cluster F. But so basically, like, yeah, we were in Ireland for like their one snowstorm in 40 years without any of our stuff. And it was like very miserable, but also very amazing. Like we we were driving down the highway, and like birds kept flying into the car. Cause I guess I don't know if they're just not used to snow, but we killed like 3 birds on the way there. Cause they just flew into the car. It was like the sweatiest, most tired I've ever been, but it like made, now it's just like, it's like the funniest thing I can think of is to have been stuck in that situation. So that's what popped into my head, because we were just talking about that earlier.
No, yeah, it's perfect.
This one time, I mean, I really don't think this is the craziest thing I've ever seen, but it always makes me laugh. And it was pretty crazy at the time. So me and one of my closest friends from college, who's still my friend, we were, and like, this was like, we were like so petty. We like loved watching shit like this happen. Like we were just rotten. I'm gonna tell her to watch this one so she can see the story. It's gonna make her laugh. So we were sitting at this place in Annapolis called Chicken Roost, and we were looking out the window, like just eating a meal. Again, we were like freshmen in college at this point. This is so not the craziest thing I've ever seen, but just so funny. So we were watching out the window. It has like a street view, and there was a couple fighting, a woman and a man, like screaming at each other, and we're like, oh, this could get good, this is so funny. Like just watching them have this argument. They weren't hitting each other or anything. And then so this is the building, she's standing right here and he's standing right here, facing this way, but his back is to traffic, and it's going slow, like traffic's going slow, and she gets so pissed at him, she takes her hands like this, takes his face and pushes him into a moving car, like not in front of a moving car, like into a moving car, and we were like, damn! Like it was just, I was like, I cannot believe I just saw that happen. And it was not that crazy. Like I don't think that it was as crazy as we made it seem in our heads, but we just thought it was so, we were probably stoned, like who knows, but it was so, I think about that story all the time, and I just think about like, I'm sure that that's not, I know that if after this I'm gonna be like, oh, that's another crazy thing I've seen. But that was like, oh my God, it was hysterical. I mean, he was okay. Like he came back, and he never, he didn't, like after that, I think they just like walked away from each other, but I could not believe that I like witnessed her do that to him.
Oh my God.
Push him into a moving car. I was like, you must be really pissed right now.